Hello dear students, I am Dr. Madhuri Goswami and in today's lesson we are going to study the second topic of grammar and uses prescribed in your syllabus. That's transformation of sentences. Well, what's the meaning of transformation? Transformation is a process of changing something. It's a process of altering something. Here, in the case of English grammar, the transformation of sentences means the sentences can be transformed into different form without changing the meaning of the sentence. Please pay attention to the point that the transformation of the sentences is without changing the meaning of the sentence. There is a change in the form of the sentence. Dear students, there might be different types of transformation of sentences, like changing the affirmative to negative sentence or changing the declarative sentences to interrogative sentence. We can also change an exclamatory sentence into an assertive sentence. For example, how nice it is. This sentence can be changed into the affirmative or declarative. That's it's very nice. In the same way, we can also change an imperative sentence into an interrogative sentence. For example, stop talking. It's an imperative sentence and we can change it into interrogative like this. Will you stop talking? Dear students, we have already discussed what are kinds of sentences, and in that lesson we have discussed what's an affirmative or declarative sentence, what's an interrogative, what's imperative, and what is an exclamatory sentence. So please revise that lesson. Another kind of transformation of sentences is the interchange of the degrees of comparison. We can also transform simple sentences into complex or compound sentences. Let me tell you in brief about these three types of sentences: simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. A simple sentence has only one subject and one predicate. For example, in spite of his poverty, he is happy. It's a simple sentence. Its structure follows thus. In spite of his poverty is the participle phrase. He is a subject, is the form of the verb be, and the word happy is the subject complement. Now let's know what's a compound sentence. A compound sentence must have two or more coordinate clauses, each with its own subject and predicate. Let's change or transform the example of this simple sentence that we recently had. In spite of his poverty, he is happy. Now let's try to change it into compound sentence. It will be like this. He is poor, but he is happy. This is a compound sentence as we have two clauses here, each with its subject and predicate. Here we change the participle phrase in spite of his poverty into the clause he is poor and connected it to the original clause with the coordinating conjunction but. Thus, a simple sentence can be converted or transformed into a compound sentence by expanding a word or a phrase into a clause and by using the coordinating conjunction to connect the clauses. In the same way, we can convert a compound sentence into a simple sentence by reducing the number of clauses into one. For example, you must take your medicine, otherwise you cannot get well. This is a compound sentence. Let's change it into a simple sentence. You must take your medicine in order to get well. It's a simple sentence. Likewise, a simple sentence can be converted into a complex sentence by expanding a word or phrase into a subordinate clause, which can be a noun clause, an adjective clause, or an adverb clause. Let's look at the example. He liked my suggestion. This is a simple sentence. Let's change it into a complex sentence. It will be like this. He liked what I suggested. Dear students, if you want to know more about these three types of sentences, simple, compound, and complex sentences? Let me know in the comment section. I'll prepare another video lesson where we can explore more about these sentences. In this category of transformation of sentences, there are two topics, and they are really important because they have been prescribed for study in your syllabus. That has been prescribed by the University of Rajasthan for the students of BA, BCom, BSc Part 1. These two grammar topics are active and passive voice and direct and indirect speech. When we say transformation of sentences, generally students get the point that there are only transformation from simple to compound or complex, or from compound to complex or compound to simple, or from complex to simple or compound sentences. Is it confusing? Don't worry, just remember that there are different types of transformation of sentences in English. And in your syllabus, we have direct and indirect speech and active and passive voice. Let me give you a brief explanation of active and passive voice. What is the active voice? Active voice is a form of the verb, which means that the action is performed by the subject. For example, they invited me to their housewarming party. Now, compare it with passive voice. I was invited to their housewarming party. Do you notice the difference? The first sentence is in the active voice, as the subject acts upon the verb linked to it within the sentence. The action word or verb in this sentence is invited. Who invited? They. And they is the subject of the sentence, so it is an active voice. You might think of active voice in this way. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence will perform the action of the verb. When using the active voice, our sentence will be clear, strong, and direct. Hence, this being the preferred voice of the language. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action. As in the example, I was invited to their housewarming party. In this sentence, the subject receives the action. It is not the doer, it does not act, rather it is acted upon. So the subject of this sentence is passive, so the voice of this sentence is passive voice. In the question paper, you would be asked to change the voice of the sentence. It might be the active voice or it might be in the passive voice. If it is an active voice, you are supposed to change it into passive voice. If it is in passive voice, you would be supposed to change it into the active voice. The second type in your syllabus under the title of the transformation of sentences is the direct and indirect speech. It's also known as the reported speech, the direct and indirect narration. Well, let's know in brief what is the direct and indirect speech. In the simplest term, we can say the indirect speech is a means of expressing the content of statements, questions, or other utterances without quoting them explicitly, as is done in the direct speech. For example, he said, I'm coming. It is the direct speech, whereas he said that he was coming. It is the indirect speech. The direct speech is the quoted words of the speaker, whereas the indirect speech is the words of the speaker are transferred to another person by the listener. This is the indirect speech. Let's understand it by a context. Just imagine, there is a friend of yours and he or she says something to you, and when you convey that information to another person, that is the indirect speech. And what your friend says directly, that is the direct speech, because it comes directly from the speaker. Dear students, now these topics are really important and we will study these topics in detail with examples, and we will come to know all the rules, how to change from the active to passive voice and from the direct to the indirect speech in the next lessons. So now at the end of this lesson, I hope we have achieved our goal, that was to understand, to know, to comprehend the transformation of sentences in English. We have seen various examples of the types of transformation of sentences. If you have any doubt, please ask in the comment section and be ready for the next lessons. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.